Sorry, I'm having tech issues all of a sudden.
All good, man. Take your time.
Hello, hello. Okay. Ah, there we go. I'm live now. Okay. Ah. So, sorry about that. I was having Mac issues at the very beginning. Welcome to tonight's game to the Console Gaming League multi-tier tournament between, uh, Darkness Esports, the Hive, and the Lords. This is a gold match. We do have teams coming. We do have Darkness Esports coming in with a 3-4 record, and Lords coming in with a 4-3 record. Lords right now these two teams are kind of competing for the playoff spots within the gold tier. Tonight's maps will be Eichenwald, Busan, Temple of Anubis, and tonight I am your caster, Pickles. I also have Sarge with me. He'll be chiming in a few moments, but make sure you hit that follow button to know when you have to follow me. To make sure you know when you have some some future games with me, because I'll be streaming some more console game leagues in the future. But here in a few moments, we'll be taking us into the game. All right.
Traveling to Eichenwald.
All right. All right, Sarge. We're going into Eichenwald.
I assume you're queuing me in. Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't
Oh no, we're good.
catch it. All
We're
right,
ready. We're live. Go ahead.
sounds good to me, man. So yeah, these two teams. I assume you did the intro. I didn't get to catch that, but yeah, Lords
Yes.
versus the Hive here. So Eichenwald with the Hive on defensive first. I'm really curious to see what these guys are going to pull out immediately, and it looks like we are going to be starting off with Lord Giants on that Lucio, Nuke on that Bastion. S- Oh, Swiggity, there it is, sorry. On that Diva. Then we have Ghost on that Orisa,
Incoming
Heavy on
10
that
seconds.
Pharah, and, oh, what is that name? Alley Cat on that Mercy. As far as the attacking side, though, for the Lords here, we're going to be having Black Labeled on that McCree there, Rusted Skull on that Lucio, Scum on that Reinhardt. Uh, it's nice and, oh, it's nice and spicy on that Orisa, Germ on that Bastion, and ED Ed Cup, yeah, Ed Cup on that Moira. So looking at both these comps, I'm kind of interested. We're seeing some similar things here immediately, with both teams actually having a Bastion. But I really want to point out here is the attacking side in the red. So what we're seeing here is Bastion, but with double shield and that Lucio for that speed. So it's really going to help them position and make sure that they have all that damage blocking so they could just lay into the opposing Bastion. That's what they're going to do immediately, but the shields were not in place enough, and Nuke, sorry, was able to take down the attacking Bastion there, so they're going to have to reset already as their main damage dealer was defeated. And the Pharah, I'm surprised, wasn't actually able to get too much damage here, but I guess the idea that Pharah in the air just throwing in damage is going to throw off that Bastion and make him go a different way. Already though, Germ will be swapping onto the Soldier, a nice counter, especially for the shield break onto the opposing shield, but it looks like their Sombra was actually able to get a nice hack onto the Bastion, forcing him out of turret farm, giving his team some room to really start pushing in, and that's exactly what they do, getting another beautiful hack. The Ryan's going to go in for a charge here and going to be able to land it and finish off Ghost, but he gets taken down himself. So decently even so far, but Lord getting taken down next by It's Hot and Spicy. Now the Mercy getting taken down from the defense as well, so without their healers, they're not in a good situation, but the Pharah is still in the game, going to find a kill along with the Bastion as well, as the Bastion is basically getting ignored, but the Moira is able to clean up the other two contesting there. So a nice attack, able to take it in plenty of time, especially being able to reset and position themselves on the point. Nuke Blast will be staying Bastion though, interesting enough. Um, so I guess he's waiting to try to find a nice opportunity for his ult. Let's see what Rebel can do, and Ed Cup with some ults of their own on the field.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Vera, of course, still in that skies with that pharmacy combo, going to continue to try to lay in damage. And you can tell that the attacking side is having some rough time with the Pharah, just having to play these corners and indoors a lot of the time, just so you don't give her her ult. But she does have it, so she will be looking for an opportunity. As this Bastion is set up in the back a little bit, a lot of room being given to the attacking side, so they're just going to be slowly pushing up and hiding away from it. But there's that EMP and a Shatter to combine with absolutely beautiful combo getting through in the ground. Reiner is going to be shoving his way into it, just unloading damage onto them. Fair is going to try to use his ult, but to no avail. It's not going to be enough to find any more damage. One of them was taken down, but it does not matter as it was just a beautiful ult combo in general. But now the ult economy is not going their way as the defense now having 4 compared to the current 2 on the attack here. So I do expect they're going to use it. We have Arisa trying to get through the choke, but the Reinhardt's not making it easy. Bastion coming in to try to lay out some damage, and there's that supercharger. We're going to see a Diva Bomb come out as well. Going to find the Lucio, very nice, as Lucio did use his sound barrier as well. Bastion now going to be using his ult directly onto point here, combined with that supercharger should be just an immense amount of damage, and it's going to force the attacking side back once again. But they did use every single one of their ults, including the Mercy on the defense. So now having none, the only ult on the field as of now is Germ's Tactical Visor. So let's see what he could pull out for it. We do see the attacking side, though, swap onto a triple support comp here. I like this, and I'll tell you why. So we have the Mercy, of course, for the res, and we have the Brig for the nice stun, and with that Moira, it's just such an immense amount of sustain. They are lacking a little bit on the defensive ult, but they do not care as Ghost gets a beautiful pull-off. Going to go for another. Not going to be able to find a target this time, as the attack has definitely backed up, realizing that without their main shield, they won't be able to block any damage coming in from that Bastion. And that fantastic pull gave a chance for Lord to get his ult, now having some type of ult, a healing ult to prevent Germ's Tactical Visor there. So as Bastion just hangs out on the payload here, Reinhardt realizing that this is a really weird place to attack, because either way, you have to go out in the open. So Sombra's gonna have to hack the Bastion. That's exactly what we see here. Now Soldier gonna be using his Tactical Visor, laying in damage, almost getting the Mercy down, not able to finish him just yet, giving plenty of room for his team to really start engaging. We're gonna see that Diva Bomb go out, getting a beautiful Mercy and a wonderful Shatter as well to get everyone else on the ground. Moira's gonna be using her ult here, trying to keep her Orisa up, and she's able to. Now an EMP coming out, trying to take the tide back, but it's not gonna be able to happen. It's just beautiful sustain from all of those healers on the defense is going to be keeping the point where it is. And once again, with all of that sustain on the defense, they're going to have even more ults, while the attacking, they used a lot in that engagement, and they really weren't able to finish. So as these guys group up once again, Germ will actually be swapping onto the Junkrat. I like that because it's a lot of shield break, and it's going to force the Bastion to be a bit more careful on how he sets up. The Sombra's still in the backline, trying to do whatever she can, but it's not able to do too much at the moment. And the Moira actually gets taken down a little bit out of positioning there. And Germ, it's not good for him now, as all of the supports on the offense have been taken down. So final 60 seconds, the defense is absolutely looking wonderful, with almost 6 ults here now, having the payload just after the first, the first objective there, or checkpoint, whatever. And the offense, they gotta charge their ults quick here, because they're really gonna need that advantage coming, with this next engagement. But if they play it right, they can absolutely take advantage of the fact that without that defensive ult,
That was accidental.
but yeah, without that, oh good man. Yeah, without that defensive ult, it's really going to be hard to block some of these incoming ultimates. So we're going to start off with the Moira ult coming in from the attack, and now a supercharger. And here's the rally as well, trying to keep their team up. And it's going to be too much for the Rhine to handle, and he's going to get taken down. But there's that Junkrat Terror. Ooh, able to get the supercharger, Orisa, and Bastion. But Mercy's going to be able to res the Orisa here, just trying to get that sustain back. But there's a hack. Oh, but Brig does not care. She takes down the Moira as well. So now just a few remaining on the attacking side. Diva Bomb going to be used to clear off the point, and I think that'll be it. Nice hold by the defense.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating match.
To the folks at home, if you're looking at the overlays, they're backwards, but they're fixed now. So yeah.
I just remember that Lords is on red, and Lord is not on Lords as he is in, was it Darkest?
Yes. So Lord is on
Gotcha.
Hive.
I don't want to say it wrong. Hive. That's okay. Hive. So yeah, Hive in blue. Offense here with the Lords on defense. So I'm curious to see what they're going to pull out here. So immediately we're going to see your traditional 2-2-2 comp coming in from the attacking side for a Hive here. And what's nice about this comp is, yeah, you have the Zarya, you have the Ryan, always a good combo, especially with Lucio and Moira. But they're also going to be pulling out a Pharah and a Reaper. That is high damage and a lot of shield breaks. So let's see how the defense can kind of maneuver to make sure that they don't like take in all the incoming damage, or at least can subsidize it. But speaking about that defense, they're running something kind of similar, but instead they're going to be going for a Junkrat and Sombra combo for the DPS. And this is really nice as well because you have that high damage as well, but you also have that hacking. And this hacking helps so much, just kind of stunning and slowing down the enemy. Almost a disruptor, if you will. But the attacking, wasting no time at all, going to start and go for a little bit of an angle here, trying to go to the left side for their engagement here. They're going to get a little stopped, though, as they're trying to figure out who to really focus and who's the best target at this point. So Reinhardt is going to go for his counterpart, of course, as Reaper goes straight in. Both Moira's down, though. So it's completely even so far, but Ghost getting taken down as well. This Reaper's still hungry for that kills, as he's going to demech the D.Va now. And like both teams are just kind of like going back and forth at this point. But it does look like blue team is starting to find a couple picks here as Reaper and Zarya are able to pop off here. So yeah, it was just when both Moiras got taken down, the the defense just didn't have as much sustain to stay alive and hold from that powerful Reaper play, and the Pharah just laying in damage from above. We're going to see Germ swap back onto the Soldier, try to go for maybe a little bit of combo with EMP. There's a lot of possibilities with that Soldier ultimate. And I assume it's even just for that Pharah, because the Pharah doesn't have much healing herself. Alrighty, the defense will be holding a little back here, giving a lot of space for the offense. Sombra will be going for a hack and a beautiful shatter combo. They aren't only able to get the Zarya and Moira down, but the Lucio will be going for beat and a counter shatter as well. Only able to find one, but combined beautifully with that barrage there. Was taken down himself, so somewhat even as the picks are going back and forth. As always, Ghost able to find a pick on Sombra now, and the Lucio going down. The defense not looking too good as the offense is nearing their objective, and this Reinhardt is hungry for more damage. He wants his ultimate back here as he's going to push right up to the door here, giving no space, no breathing room for the defense. The defense has some ults on standby, so I imagine they're going to try to get in any angling that they can, but it's really hard to get past that incoming damage. So they're going to start off with EMP D.Va Bomb here, going to go straight for the Reinhardt. Oh, it's huge, getting 3 down, but they are still in it to win it as the Moira is actually behind them. Never mind. Moira just laid into them from the back line. Beautiful combo once again, but they did use a lot of ults. So, with the 3 ults just about coming in from the attacking side, if they use it correctly, they could potentially win in the next fight. But either way, there's still 3 minutes left here, so anything can happen. We all know that, especially in the CGL. But already, blue team will be grouping up here, but they're able to get the Pharah as the Sombra and Soldier just pincer them from opposite angles. Made it very difficult. But they're still going to be trying to go in here as Reinhardt is just beating up his counterpart, trying to get this ult there, and he has it, but there's a tactical visor from behind. And a takedown to a beautiful ult, still looking for targets. And go straight for the Zarya, not going to be able to find it. Oh, but the Rein goes for a shatter? This man, he had 2 of his teammates get taken down, but he does not care. He's going to go straight for that Moira, going to be able to take him down. So if they are able to group up quick enough and then push in, they can take advantage of that respawn time. Sombra still doing some pretty good surveillance, just analyzing, seeing who she could pick off, who she could bother to really slow these guys down. Because at this point, like, oh, Charm gets another beautiful pick on the Fair there. Fair's definitely having a rough time dealing with the double hit scan there. But yeah, Sombra just, it's really nice pick here, because when you're going against an enemy that is 3 minutes to move the cart 5 inches, you really have to do whatever you can to get that time down. And a Reaper taking that advantage in the early fight here, but they are going to be starting off with a Moira ult, but the Fair getting taken down once again. The Fair might have to swap here because the Soldier is just focusing here so well. Lucio going right in the Ryan's face, trying to get any type of boop, and the enemy, or the attacking Lucio, will go for a beat, but it was a bit too early as the Shatter gets taken, or the Shatter goes out, getting 3 of them down. 2 minutes left here. The Soldier is just, the Soldier and Sombra, honestly, are just doing such a good job at finding one target, taking them out early fight, and forcing that advantage for them. So let's see if maybe the attacking side can play more together or peel more for their teammates. Because they definitely can't risk losing that advantage early fight anymore. But either way, Germ is going to be holding up in his regular spot up top there, but it does not, it's just, what we're seeing here is absolutely massive EMP and a Diva Bomb once again taking down 2 of them. And the Moira getting taken down as well. Pharah is able to get the Sombra, but it does not matter in this case as they're continuing to find their targets and wipe them. Moira trying to push in for that Reaper as he was just 1 health, not able to finish the job though. So of course they're going to have to reset here. And you could tell though, just by the way the defense is playing directly on point, they know the enemy team has such an arsenal of ultimates on standby. Ryan's not going to be able to even charge his at this point as he will be getting hacked. But there it is. These guys are trying to engage. They're going to take control of the point just a little bit. But Lucio's in their backline, maybe looking for a boot, but it's going to be the Moira who pops her ult first. But there's a barrage, a grab, a tactical visor. This is absolute chaos. Just everyone is trying to take the advantage for their team. They're trying to be the hero. Let's see if it's even possible, though, as the Soldier is just laying damage into the offense here. Now 30 seconds remaining. This could be potentially it. And since a lot ults were used, we're not going to see such action. But we are going to see the Diva going straight for that Soldier, trying to bother him a little bit. And Zulu Heavy will be swapping onto the Tracer here as well. Ooh, a huge pick out of Germ. As Germ has been just doing such a good job at finding one pick and taking them down every single fight so far. So, the attacking side a little split up, but Reaper will be going straight for those tanks, trying to take them down. We're going to see a Shatter into the backline. It looks like blue team is going to be able to finally find their picks as the kill feed, no doubt, is lighting up with that beautiful color there, and finally able to finish them off there. Reaper not even having to use his ult. But we are in overtime, so it's so incredibly close at this point, as overtime, like seconds from the point. Reaper's going to be choosing to use his ult here. Not going to be able to get anything with that though, and now an EMP coming out as well. Lord does get taken down, but it does not matter as the offense is finding their targets, taking them down, but it's just Moira and Diva. Let's see if they can stall it out. Lucio's going to be using his ult, trying to keep their team alive, and that's it. The Hive will be taking the first map. It took them a little while, but once they made the swaps that they needed, you could tell that they were able to finally focus the targets that they needed and take them out very well. And this, as we're seeing here, is just a beautiful EMP bomb combo. Yeah, this is the one that saved them in the initial push.
Okay.
Do you do intermissions at all?
Yeah, let's see. So, alright guys, we just finished the first map. We're going into a brief intermission, and we'll do a little recap, and we'll go into the second map. All right, guys, we are back from the first map, which was Eichenwald, when we saw the Hive be able to when they came out with a map round victory over Lord, seeing that Diva Bomb-S play of the game, and also seeing the amazing work that was coming out of Lord's Sombra work, and also Germ's phenomenal soldier play. We are going into the next map, which is going to be Busan. Busan is a control point map that we will have them come out. Here in a few moments, we'll have the teams coming out, be ready to go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to switch maps before I started. Don't you hate that? Maps.
Oh, did you put my my name at the bottom for what
Oh,
where it
yeah.
says casters too?
Yeah. Sorry. I knew I forgot to. I knew there was little. Let me throw it in the.
All good.
You just want me to Sarge? Or Sarge,
Sarge VKL works. Yeah, 'cause that's my Twitch handle.
For some reason, these files still aren't saving correctly. Oh. Okay, actually, they need a moment. One of them needs a moment. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hold on. Just got another message. Let's see. Oh, this is from Chicken. Oh, shit. So. I am streaming a diamond game next. If you want to, if you happen to want to stick around. It's Crazy 88s and N7.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm having trouble finding that energy, you know. Normally
You're
I'm
perfectly fine.
a bit more hyped. So.
Tier 3 diamond.
I accidentally dropped my mic, or dropped my controller and my mic unplugged. I swear I did it at least 7 times a day.
I don't even know how many times I dropped this thing. I use a Razer Ultimate controller, and that thing has dropped from my lap from everything so many times. I didn't make that transparent. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, they're ready. All right, let's go in.
Cool.
Now traveling to Busan. Initiating match.
Okay. All right, guys, we are back and heading into Busan. Sarge is here with me as well. You can follow him on Twitch, and not on Twitch. I'm sorry, on Twitter at Sarge BKL. I'm sorry, is that what it was?
Actually, it is Twitch.
Oh,
I don't use
Twitch.
Twitter, honestly.
Twitch. Sarge. This is Sarge BKL. As you saw in the first map, they're coming in, and we'll see if the Hive will be able to go on, take it over. Sarge.
Capture the objective.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I'm definitely interested in this because last match we actually saw a very close match between these two teams. We could tell that both these teams really practiced and just The alt combos have been absolutely beautiful so far, but looking at these teams already, they're running actually similar comps here. Both teams kind of engaging at one another. No team really making big strides, just a lot of poking and prodding. Runner's trying to engage just a little bit, but he's not able to really find the right moment as he's trying not to overextend as well. So continuing to just throw in damage here. The point has been unlocked, but neither team is going to be going for it as they are just trying to get that kill first. Once they get that kill, they know that they can just take it instantly, and get that super quick. We're going to see both player ults used instantly, actually, in this fight here, trying to keep both their teams alive. Oh, a huge shatter coming in from Rebel Scum. That was absolutely massive, getting the entire team on the floor, finally finding the pick that they need, but blue team is beginning to cap point with Briggs solely alone, but Reinhardt says no, 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 not today, taking him down as well. So there it is. That's what they were waiting for, finally getting that point for themselves and taking that early advantage. A couple ults on the field as well. We're going to see like 2 to 3 from each team here, but the red team is no doubt going to be super just in the enemy team's face here, just not letting them through the choke whatsoever, taking down Ghost. A beautiful pick in the initial engagement. Reinhardt getting taken down, or getting low health just a little bit, but the blue team will be backing up here. So the Lord's looking pretty good here with almost every ult on their team. But looking at the enemy team as well, the Hive, they have a lot of ults themselves. And speaking about the Hive, they're going to be going for a little bit of a different route here. Trying to get the flank there, but their Rhine was hacked, so he's not going to be able to block the incoming shatter, which is massive. Again, getting 3 on the floor, going straight in. A Div Bomb going to be sent out as well, getting right in the middle and taking down 3. Reinhardt will be going for a counter shatter, but let's see if it's enough to really try to turn the tides, and it is not. He's able to get the Lucio, but it's not enough to prevent the Lords from continuing with their ult percentage, now at 50%. So both teams having an arsenal of ults yet. Let's see what type of different angling. Looks like blue team will actually be sticking with this Goats comp here, going where they initially went, and it's really tough to get past this choke here, just because of the Reaper. Looks like they are going to be starting off with that Lucio ult, trying to get them that sustain, but we're going to see a beautiful Reaper ult combined with the EMP, just going straight into them, taking them all down before the fight even starts. So now 88%. This could be potentially the final engagement for this round. The Hive, they have to do something. They have to change something, because just running at them and taking it slow, it's not going to win them. This map here, they do have a couple ults, so I imagine they're going to try to use it, but they have to get on point. Just 96% away. A couple ults going to be used as well. It's going to be the Lucio and Moira ults, trying to just keep both teams alive, but it's going to be Nuke who gets taken down next, and the overtime, it's going down. They have to touch. They are able to touch just in time, sending out the Diva Bomb now. Able to get Lucio, and Lord's going to take down himself. Another Diva Bomb sending out, getting 2. Absolutely beautiful, and they canceled the ult of that break, but it's still in overtime, and blue team is not looking good. Especially now, the final contester, Lucio, will be getting hacked, and that will be a beautiful hold from red team.
Score 0.
So yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, like, Hive, you guys are running Goats. Goats just, it's not the play anymore with the recent changes, just because when you have that Lucio, and like Goats is really reliant on getting in there and getting in there fast. So when you take away Lucio's ability to give the team speed, you take away the win condition for that team as well. So now realizing that they will be swapping to a Reaper, so I like this. I'm surprised we're not going to be seeing any long range characters, because now going on to, I forget the name of this the map here, but now that we're in this much more open area, it's going to be really nice for the Pharah that just swapped in here to get that damage into them and like really not be contested by too many. So already red team wasting no time at all, going straight to point here, trying to get set up as quickly as possible, especially with this Pharah already laying in some good damage, getting Sombra, forcing her to use her translocator. Both teams still just kind of poking and prodding at one another again. Reinhardt's finally going at one another, but it's going to be the hack coming in from behind from that Sombra, preventing that damage reduction at all. Reinhardt will be going in for a charge now. Now Diva demech, but it's going to be Black who gets taken down first in this total engagement. Now Nuke going down as well. Ghost now as well. So yeah, just the kill feed is lighting up red once again. Mercy was able to get a res off onto the Reaper, but they will be regrouping here, realizing that we just don't have the numbers advantage. We have to regroup. Sweetie will be swapping on to the Zarya here, trying to get that ult combo potentially. But the Lords are still set up and prepared for whatever the Hive can throw at them. Some are still trying to be in a little bit of a pain in the backline, not going to be able to do too much. But it's going to be the Pharah just throwing damage at these guys from above their heads. And there's the barrage going to go straight for that Reinhardt and the Lucio, getting them in and out of the way. Even trying to eat it, but not going to be able to get there in time. More ult and Mercy ult, giving blue team everything that they need to try to retake this. Reaper continuing to find picks, but it's not going to be enough. Mercy now rezzing the fallen nuke blaze, and finally preventing red team from getting any more percentage. So the Hive did use a good amount of ultimates for that engagement. So looking at just the ult economy in general, red team is looking good with almost 6 here. They are going to be going for a flank as well. Going for the sidelines is a really smart thing, just because when you have that Pharah laying in damage from above, you're gonna need some type of roof, right? The shield is absolutely getting melted from the Hive, which is potentially going to give him a bit more room, forcing the Rhine there to back up. But oh, there's an EMP, but it's not going to be enough here as the Rhine and Samra get taken down. Trying to use that ult there. Maybe it was a bit mistimed as the Reinhardt just went in without the rest of the team and just was ripped apart there. So now taking the advantage in the percentage-wise, still a lot of ults on the field. Red team going to be going for a similar path, but this Pharah knows. The Pharah is telling the team, hey, get ready. They're on the sidelines and get taken down for it, with Zulu finding a pick onto the Lucio and Ghost getting a pick of his own onto the other support there. Red team, they're having some trouble here. Oh, we do see a shatter come out. I'm not sure that was totally necessary, but I guess realizing that he's Reinhardt, he gets his shatters in like 5 seconds sometimes. So they are still looking good with plenty of ults as well. Now 84%. This could be potentially the final engagement. Lords have to get in there. They really have to get it in now, as we are in the final seconds that they need, or the final percentage. They're going to start off with a grab Lucio ult and Reaper ult as well, just laying in damage. But there's that barrage trying to be a good response to turn the tables just a little bit in the pick advantage here. Whereas going to be using her ult as well, trying to keep anybody and everybody alive. This Mercy going for a little bit of a sneaky res there. Diva Bomb used as well, going to take down that Mercy and final stallers. Taken down as well, so 99% though. Like the Lords really only had to use like 1 or 2 more, right? Or just win 1 more team fight. And I do like the McCree swap as well. Ed Cup onto the McCree, just a better response for this Pharah. This is just something to contest her. She's just been laying damage into them the entire time. So already, Reaper now trying to find an angle, realizing that Mercy's actually been taken down. Reaper's going to try to engage once more, but he's not going to be able to get in there, and just the shield preventing from the engagement is just going to force him back and take him down. But 95%, the blue team has to get in there, and they're going to try to res the fallen Rhine, but it's not going to be enough here. Red team, sorry. The Lords are just so dominant on point, finding and destroying the last few contesters there. Reaper's gonna try to get in here, but he's gonna get shattered, stunned, and just ripped apart. Oh, but he's gonna be able to find 2 kills. This could be potentially exactly what they need, but can blue team touch? They absolutely can. Sending in Reinhardt first and a counter Reaper ult as well. This could be the finisher as we are in overtime, and that will be it. The Lords taking the second map. Yeah, and as we're seeing here, just a beautiful combo with the Sombra hacking the Diva, and just the hack combo preventing that shield from being up. The block is just absolutely massive.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis.
All right, guys. We just saw the Lords come out with a phenomenal win in overtime over the Hive in that end. We saw Farah, we saw Germ on Miss McCree, we saw, Reaper, a lot of ultimates. Reinhardt was getting his Earth Shadow very, very quickly. We are heading into the final map, which is Temple of Anubis. We'll be back in a few moments with some more gameplay. Be right back. All right, guys, we are coming back with the final game in the console gaming league multi-tier tournament. With gold being this broadcast tonight between Lords and Darkness Esports, the Hive. Right now, if you're just tuning in, we do have Darkness Esports with with the first map win, and then we have Lords with the second map win on Busan. The final map, Temple of Anubis, is a two-man control point, so you have to get the first point, then push on to the next. If you guys curious about any comp you guys want to run, just hit them up in the chat, and in a few moments we'll have some amazing commentary from Mr. Sarge here.
Blue here on the deep. Oh, sorry, a little bit of tongue twide there. But yeah, we're gonna be having the Lords on the defense here with an absolutely nice comp. I love the May and I love the Junkrat that they have there with the traditional Reinhardt, Lucio Moira, as you will see. But for the attacking side, now this is where it gets interesting. We're gonna be seeing an Orisa combined with the Diva, Reaper, Pharah, on a nice May while blocking them off. Splitting them off immediately. But what I want to point out here is they don't have a defensive ult in place. They're going to be having the Mercy for the Pharah there, and they're going to be using that Moira for the on-point team that they are going to be using here. So the slow comp is going to be trying to engage immediately out of this Reinhardt, just trying to tear down a shield, but it's going to be a Mei wall, swapping them off once again without any of their healers. They're going to be in a tough situation as they're just going to completely pounce on the goats, getting rid of him. Already continuing to do damage as this Mei is just finding his targets. Already 60%, already 62%. Sorry, to their ult as well. Pharah. Tongue-tied. Let's get rid of that immediately. But yeah, there's Pharah already having her ult is going to be continuing to lay damage into this shield here, preventing him from, just keeping that shield up there. But either way, red team continuing to just try to group up, try to prepare as they are going to be swapping onto Reinhardt now. That is I think a much better pick for this. Oh, and a beautiful snipe coming in from Ed Cup onto the Moira, already down one of their healers. Mercy will have to get that res, and she's going to be able to do it. Reinhardt now making sure that her team is ready to engage once again, going for the same flank on the left side here, which is really, really hard, especially when you're dealing with Mei throwing in her ultimate there right in the middle of the team. And especially with the Junkrat just laying in damage as well. But it's going to be the Pharah trying to use her ult, getting taken down from the Moira. So yeah, nice little clear here, and Ed Cup is absolutely popping off, just freezing and slowing down the enemy team every single fight. And going the left side there it's really tough to do because it's a very tight choke, right? So it's very easy to get walled off, as we've seen, and it's very easy for just Junkrat to just spam the doors, laying damage into them. Already, once again, they will be walling them off, but the team is prepared for this one, making sure that they stay together. But Ghost is taken down, and we're going to see a Tyra looking for its target's going to go straight for that Zarya there. It's Spicy, still trying to find a couple targets, does get down a little bit of health, but still will be holding strong. The defense now splitting up a good amount as well. Going to try to wall them off, and it's going to be the Widow looking for a couple targets here, encouraging them to stay back. Once again, red team trying to group up here, just trying to prepare against this very difficult comp to go against. They decide to engage. The Mei wall fails, blocking them off, stopping them from where we go rather than splitting up the team. This Junkrat is continuing to lay in damage, going straight for that Lucio. They're going to take him down really nice. And Reinhardt preparing for a shatter, going to find two there. And the Mei ult combined as well. But Reinhardt pushed them out of the Mei ult radius. And Reaper, Ghost, a beautiful ult, getting 3 down. This is exactly what they needed. A beautiful ult, just the high damage, them all on the ground, taking them down here. But it's Spicy is not giving up yet, still trying to find some targets, as without their healers really being as much of a focus there. She's going to try to use her Diva Bomb, but Reinhardt is there to block it, so it's not going to be as effective, but it is a good stall, making as much time as possible for the rest of his team to get in there, and Lucio is able to stall before even one tick is able to be reached here. Oh, but they're deciding not to contest, actually. Interesting. So that one I actually feel like they could have, because Junkrat had his target, but either way, they'd rather set up. They'd rather not risk any ultimates going in the way of the attacking side. So Junkrat once again going to be positioned right where he needs to be, just raining in damage from above. And him having his tire, he's in an excellent position. We're probably going to end up seeing that in just a second here. Instead, he's going to be laying down a trap, trying to bait in that Reaper into it. But they're realizing it. They're being sorry. Oh, the Zarya gets caught into it, though. Junkrat's still raining in damage from behind. They're going to take a lot of it, and he's able to find that Mercy. While the rest of his team is ready on the other side here, but they did lose their Moira coming in from Heavy onto that Tracer there. So both teams eyeing one another down, but Red Team realizing that they don't have the advantage as they are. It's a 4v5 fight, and the defense is going to have their 6th back momentarily with the spawn advantage there as well. So still 3 minutes on the clock for the attacking side. Still plenty of time to regroup, to figure out what they want to do here. And with so many ults on the field, I'm definitely expecting this next engagement to be super intense here. The Tracer's going to be starting off the engagement, though, going for a nice little pulse bomb. Not able to finish off the Ryan, but getting him down enough, forcing the Moira and Lucio to use their both ults just to save him there. And a huge shatter coming in from Ghost once again, and Lucio ult as well, trying to keep his team alive, trying to keep that engagement strong and going in. Oh, but a nice counter shatter coming in from the opposing Ryan there on the defense, but it's going to be the grab that's going to be coming out next, and it's going to be the Reaper trying to get in the face of them, able to take down 2, but it's not going to be enough here to really take down everyone, especially with the Mei ult coming back in and freezing everybody on the point. A nice little CC and clear, taking down that Reaper in the last few remaining stallers. The offense is not giving up, still forcing their players onto the point here, trying to at least get some type of target, but them having, Zulu Heavy getting taken down by the Mei as well, and just the spawn advantage just coming back in for the defense will allow them to prevent any other stalls. So still 2 minutes on the clock. We saw the Hammond come up, but only for a short time, as he will be swapping back to Ryan there. We do see Heavy swap onto the Brig, which I actually really like for this, because when you're going against a Reaper, stall is definitely the way to go, and just that shield, that extra little bit of, just damage production is always very key. But this Mei is continuing to try to go for these ice shards, especially with the team going on the right side again, trying to flank. Mei's going to try to wall him off, but the team is just too far to really do a lot of damage, as the defense is very close cornered fighters here. A beautiful Mei wall going to be separating the Brig and the Rhine, taking them down here. The red team cannot afford this, as time is still going down. They got to play the Mei walls in a different way, just so they're able to stay alive, stay together, and push as one. Germ continuing to push in here, getting a good amount of ult percentage as well. The defense, once again, looking good here. Lords, they lost the first map, but you could tell once they were able to warm up, once they were able to click and analyze their enemies, they are a fierce team to be dealt with. Interesting. Zulu's going to be swapping onto the Bastion here off of the Brig. So I guess he's swapping out for that high damage, but that's going to be really hard to do, just because, the defense, they have that Mei to wall him off. They have that Reaper to flank behind him and take him down, and they have that Diva for just eating up all that heavy damage. But alrighty, Bastion. Oh, I like his positioning. He's been really sneaky on the left side here, just going to start laying into it, but he's going to lose his life for it. But it gave plenty of room for his team to really start pushing in. Oh, but they're all going to get on the ground as a beautiful shadow going to be going out, and Nuke will be trying to get in the face of them, trying to use his ult, but it does get countered by that beautiful Lucio ult. Zulu will be getting that res, so now Bastion on one side and Reaper on the other. The defense is going to have a tough time just trying to figure out which damage to block. And they are going to be starting off with the graph here. Bastion continuing to lay in damage, but Diva preventing that. And just the kills going the way of blue team once again. They're going to be holding it further without the team even getting a tick on the second point.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating match.
So, the Lords now on attack here. Only having to get 1 point and 1 tick to take this W home. Especially, it's really going to be key here as like this is the final week. This is week 8. Next, we're going to be going into the playoffs. So let's see what they're going to be using here to try to go against this defense. As they know they saw the Bastion and the high damage coming in from that Reaper. They know that these guys are going to run some type of just, I don't want to call it cheese, but it's just high damage, a lot of force. So that's exactly what we're going to be seeing here. We're going to be seeing a really nice bunker comp here. Oh, they had the Zenyatta, but they swapped it out for the Moira. They got this bunker comp with the TP and the Bastion. Allows for nice mobility, getting around, kind of always getting away from the target. Almost looks like the offense is prepared as they have double snipers. Double snipers is super nice for it because when you have a sim and you try to go after the sim and Bastion, they're just going to TP away. But when you have snipers who can attack you from any angle or from any distance, it's no doubt going to be a really nice comp, especially with that D.Va too. Just eating the Bastion's bullets while Hanzo melts that shield and Germ takes the final blow. But already, the Hive will be taking position up top here, right above the point. So if they needed to, they could drop down. The Snipers going to be actually moving with their team here, and the Sim turrets absolutely slowing them down. They're just kind of taking this damage. I'm kind of surprised at that, as it looks like they were going to go in, but decided not to, and took it a bit more slower. So I guess giving their snipers an opportunity to start finding an angle. Bastion is going to choose the TP, actually, going on the other side there. Just laying into damage, but they need some point contesters, and it's going to be that D.Va just solo contesting there. Bastion might have to drop down, though. I mean, the damage is raining in, you know, to try to find a target, but he needs to find those targets to finish them off, and you know what? That's exactly what he does. Taking down 2 there, actually now 3. I mean, plenty of room for their Mercy to get that res off, but does lose her life for it. So Germ trying to find a shot, but Nuke taking him down as well, going with that 4-piece there and getting his ult immediately. Sim gonna have to TP back to the original. Actually, oh, never mind. I thought they were positioning. They're actually just gonna be staying up there. Stay where you're comfortable. They do have to be careful because that Hanzo is gonna be in their backline there. Looks like he does choose to regroup though. The Hive grouped up once again, going to be going for this TP, realizing that their backline is going to be a little dangerous there. And that was a really nice bait from the Hanzo ult, forcing Hanzo to like, hey, this is where they are. I'm going to use my ult here, but they weren't. They bamboozled him in a sense. And Nuke was able to get a beautiful pick on the Rhine, preventing any other shield or damage reduction whatsoever. And EdCup did get a nice little pick on Ghost, but it's not going to be enough to turn the tides, especially with that res off. So, Bastion continuing to just lay in damage here, and Sim taking down EdCup as well. Blue team is just separated. I mean, I'd imagine they're at a conundrum, because it's, how do we play in a Bastion that we can't actually kill, right? Because with that shield and just their constant movement, it's very hard to just get their way into it. But the defense still having... The defense still having a lot... The defense... Wow, I cannot talk at the moment. Sorry about that. The defense, though, they have a lot of ults here, so they're looking pretty good. The shield was a little bit misplaced, so it was down for a second. But it is back up. Reaper actually going to be teleporting behind. Let's see what type of sneakiness he could do. It's just kind of preparing the Sombra as well, maybe going for a hack. And there it is. The team is starting to engage, trying to get some room on the point here, as only a few are on there, with the Bastion still hanging up top. But he's positioned in a certain way that he could just lay damage anywhere. And now Russell's Skull getting taken down as well, with the defense just using so many ults here. I believe that was 3. Just laying damage into these guys, not letting them do anything. Rebel is going to try to use his ult here with his shadow, but it's not going to be enough to really find any pick there. It does force the Moira to use hers, so it is nice to just kind of lay, force them to use their ults, but 30 seconds remaining. They have no time to waste, as this could be potentially it. So, Bastion will be setting up in his usual spot once again. They do have the Diva Bomb. Um, Maybe send in, trying to force them to move. But it's going to be them trying to get to the point, trying to get a little bit of a tick because they have to go in with 10 seconds remaining. Going straight for that Diva. Now both Diva Bombs used. Going straight for both of the teams. Both Divas now actually dead here. But it's going to be the Bastion finding a pick out of that Germ there. Getting taken down himself from that Reinhardt. Blue team down a man, now down further. Just the kill feed is lighting up red here in overtime. That is not good for blue team as they are not able to contest there. And that will be the Hive taking